I'm Tucker Viemeister. You want to know more than that?
Sure.
I'm an industrial designer. More than that? I don't know. Industrial design is the best profession because we get to do everything. I mean, a lot of professions say that, but we really do. My dad was an industrial designer, and he is famous for designing the Tucker car, which that's why I got my name. So I'm named after a product, and therefore, besides the fact that my dad was having a great time, I saw my dad having a great time designing stuff. I am named after a product, so I thought it makes sense to be an industrial designer. First of all, industrial design is inherently a collaborative process, so it's like industrial designers from the beginning know that they're gonna have to collaborate with the manufacturer to make the thing and the actual user of it. So it's like they're talking about collaboration to an industrial designer is like talking to a fish about water. It's like, what's so special about it? Nothing. It's normal. That's the way everybody should, think about no, they shouldn't even think about collaboration. It should be just a smooth things. Well, right now I'm like sort of in the beginning of a bunch of interesting projects. One's a it's called a food lab, and it's going to be a mobile food truck, but instead of selling food, it's going to be for students to come and learn about what food is and where it comes from. It's not even a cooking truck. And then on the other end of the spectrum, I'm working with this Chinese exhibition company that does the whole design of and building, huge museums, science museums and stuff like that. So it's like really all over the place, really. I was just in China working on this thing with the whole team. We were working on a presentation for this museum, and so the team included like astrophysicists and as well as like programmers and guys who were building virtual reality rides through the museum. And so it's like all these people are working together, and other guys are making a physical model, and so people are writing the text. So it's like all these things have to come together. So it's like a natural collaborative thing. And I think that for the astrophysicists, it's more exciting than it is for us, because, the idea of working with a designer, for them is like, oh boy, I have these ideas, I can never figure out how to, express them physically, and these guys, that's what they do. So they're all excited about it. And I'm just excited about like, wow, this is fun information to try and figure out how to present. And then you work back and forth with them, because you go, how about if it's like this? And they go, that's nothing like, some kind of physics or something. The idea of working in a lab is really exciting, and it's like, I don't think having like an artist or a designer working with scientists is really a radical idea. I helped David Rockwell start his lab at Rockwell Group, and basically the idea was that we were going to take the model shop, this group of digital guys, and the materials library, and mash them up into one thing. So it wasn't really scientists, but it was like the idea that we could work with manufacturers to create new materials to use in things, but also to have the sort of the digital, expand the digital capabilities of the company, but as part of this, lab, rather than just offer it to the clients and see what they wanted. We would cook up our own things. Well, yeah, a lot of the projects that I do with Henry Meyerberg include, we naturally think of having artists and people involved in it, because they have a different point of view. And I love, like, for instance, having music involved in projects, you know, working with having sound designers, because, like, just because it's an object doesn't mean it doesn't have sound. At Frog Design, Hartmut Esslinger, the founder of the place, used to say that he was, that creative combustion was what his team would do. So, and creative combustion basically was like, you know, a aggressive, you know, mixing of ideas, and the sort of like the fight between the ideas would lead to better ideas. Collaboration is the best thing. It's like, that's what makes humans fun, you know? So I think that mixing up ideas, especially with artists who are really coming from outer space on their ideas, from my point of view, it's great to have those kinds of, that kind of, you know, mix. Because I think, like, collaboration is, you know, the ultimate collaboration is like jazz musicians who are like all playing their own instruments, but they're all like innovating as they go along. And so that's the same thing with design. When that happens, it's really that kind of, it's almost a musical experience.